She likes cheese, and I like twains.
The perfect marriage.
She's like, can we have a cheese show? I was like, could there be twains?
It's the Olivia and Joe Cheese Show!
Making his cheese show debut, hilarious comedian Bret Raybould.
Yeah.
Thank you. I don't even remember that guy.
Yeah, I demanded that you do a Johnny Carson to introduce me.
I'm just doing Dana Carvey's impression.
Yeah. That is what makes it easier to do an impression. When someone
Doing
does
someone
a great
else's.
impression, you do an impression of the impression.
Like Nixon.
Yeah.
It's that one guy from like the...
Why are all your references stuck in like the 70s and before?
He's an old man.
He's like...
Did you not know this? I call him Grandpa Joe. All of his references are like from before he was even born. I'm like, what were you watching as a kid?
Listen, I'm having a bad day, guys. I don't look good. I feel like I look like the wreck of the Hesperus.
Right.
What? What is that?
Dude, you just came from soccer?
I did. I feel underdressed. And I definitely worry about my body odor.
When he got here today, he literally pulled an orange out of his pocket. I was like, oh, you did have soccer. You're literally eating orange slices right now.
My mom wheeled in a cooler of Capri Sun. That's my mom, guys. Yeah. Do you want one?
Well, let's bring it out, right?
Let's bring out the cheese. It's Tito Cetti.
Yeah!
Yay.
This is awesome. Totally worth all of the effort. This is the cheese?
This is our cheese.
Why did I think that was hummus?
It looks like hummus.
It looks like, I mean, that's why I thought it was hummus. That's reasonable.
TIROKAFTERI is a Greek spread made with feta cheese, roasted red peppers, Greek yogurt, and a bunch of delicious seasonings.
Oh, yes. I feel like we need to do, I call it thumbnail face.
We should actually do that.
We gotta do, oh. The cheese said what?
Oh, Olivia, tell them how you found this cheese.
We have a lot of Greek restaurants in our neighborhood, and I basically wandered up and down the street. I walked in, and I'd be like, hi, I produce a food show, and I'm trying to find the best TIROKAFTERI in our neighborhood, and I'm wondering if I might be able to
his head
sample
pops
it.
out of the kitchen.
Literally, yes.
Oh, right this way.
But a couple of the places were like, how much do you want? Do you want to sit and eat it? Like, should we make a table for you? Do you want to take it to go? And I would be like, no, I can just...
like as you're eating it. And so what do you think of the cheese?
Yeah. They were like rolling out the red carpets for me. And the best part is, no one asked any follow-up questions. No one was like, where is this show
That's
airing?
such a good hack.
How many people watch?
Yeah.
Good thing they didn't ask that question.
When will this be airing? What is this for?
What's the website or the
Nothing.
social media handle?
Nothing.
So Olivia basically did a feta pub crawl.
I ate so much, and everyone
Just
was
going
like,
around saying, I produce a
Yeah.
food show. I produce a food show.
yeah. So I settled on Blue Door. Now,
Bleep it out.
Blue Door Seafood Taverna in Bay Ridge, Brooklyn.
Yeah.
Now, I was talking to the owner. She was like, oh yeah, like where else have you sampled? And I was like, I did sample across the street. The woman next to her pipes up and she goes, I used to work there. And she had a Greek accent, so I was like, okay, I'm listening. She goes, I used to make the TIROKAFTERI across the street, and they wouldn't let me use my authentic Greek recipe.
Oh.
She said I wanted to add a little garlic to it, and they said, no, we have our own recipe. They wouldn't let me change it. So she left, and she came across the street, and she's been at Blue Door for the last 7 years. So this is her like authentic Greek recipe that has been passed down through generations and made it here.
That's the most Greek thing I've ever heard. Like, you know, not let me make it the way I'm going across the street. She takes a pay cut, you know. She's like, do you want to try this cheese?
Yes.
Let's do it.
Please.
Grab
absolutely.
a pita and
Grab a
dig
pita.
in. Yeah. Now we're talking. All right, folks. Cheers.
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 Cheers, yo. Oh my God. That is so good.
Wow.
That is.
That's like
So good.
It shut 2 comedians up. That's how good it is.
After we finish, I'm going over there and I'm gonna ask if they have to go. I didn't know how good the cheese are gonna be on the cheese show. Listen, everyone out there, the cheese show brings it.
Just enough garlic, right? It's not too much. I've had Tito Cetti that's too garlicky, and that can be too much. Ooh, with the olive. How's it doing with the olive?
Actually, there's no pit in that olive. I never trust an olive, though. Sometimes they say pitless, and you end up breaking a piece off your tooth.
I'll tell you what, I'll never trust an olive sounds awfully racist to me. Even just, I know what you meant, but even as you said it, I was like, whoa.
I'll never trust an
I
olive.
nudge you, I'm like, Olivia, this is your husband. Like,
Bret, I couldn't help but notice you're stacking up crusts over here.
I am, and I like want to.
Please double
for it.
dip.
Double dip.
Please double dip.
Olivia throws away her pizza crusts.
If the piece of bread isn't covered in cheese, I don't understand the point of eating it.
The crust
I
is
like
the best
crust.
part
I think they're good,
sometimes.
but-
Whoa,
But you gotta
whoa,
save it
whoa.
for the end after I've eaten all the best bites.
If everyone was like you, the society would crumble.
I thought it was ludicrous to say that crust is the best part.
It's ludicrous. What if you did this? What if you did a little bite of the good stuff?
I used to do that though in middle school, and I stopped because I got absolutely torn to shreds by my
Really?
friends. So,
Why?
This leads us to our first question. What's the cheesiest way you ever bullied someone?
You know, I could have an answer for this. I wasn't like a bully, but there was an instance where in 6th grade I had to realize my behavior when I thought it was bantering
yeah,
and having fun with a friend. Perhaps they.
not everyone can take it.
Yes. What if I on air was like, he was such a freaking little loser. Dude, he was such a twerp. Oh my God. He had glasses and he was like, hey, my name is Michael.
Instead of a book bag, he held all his books and walked down the hall with 5 of them stacked.
So his parents couldn't afford a backpack. Isn't that hilarious? We would flick his ear. And there would be crab apples and we'd throw them at him. This wasn't how we bullied someone.
No, this is just fun.
The bully
during
was
class.
with a joke. Can I tell you the joke?
Please.
He did have a large head.
Yo, your head's got that new car smell.
The joke was, what caused the second ice age?
Yeah.
Rick's head was so big it blocked out the sun.
That's good. That's funny.
Also, one time we put underwear on his head and we beat him with bats. Boys would be boys, like, we'd take a sack of pennies.
Bret, what's the cheesiest hobby you have?
It was something when you're a kid and you're like, let me just choose something, just like, oh, I gotta have some form of identification. I loved nutcrackers.
Oh, that's good. See, this is what we're looking
During
for.
Christmas time, like I
Year
told my
round?
mom, I was like, I'm super into nutcrackers.
There
And
is
so
a-
my mom would get me like a nutcracker every year. And now that I'm a 32er and I go back home, I'm like, what did I like about nutcrackers? Like,
So weird. I love it.
I was like 11 or 10 and I was like, I love nutcrackers. And my mom, being a mom, is like, I will engage with this hobby.
I have so many questions. What was the first nutcracker that made you go, hey, I like that?
All of these.
Let me guess, it was a guard. So you said all these nutcrackers are back home in your little...
How many?
You know, there's like Jay Leno's garage.
Yeah.
I got to do a comedy like Bret Raybould's Nutcracker Closet.
Hey, you know, this is a 1945 Duesenberg nutcracker, you know. I can do all the Tonight Show hosts.
Tonight Show hosts.
Hey, this nutcracker, it's got a V8 engine in it. Did you hear that? It's got a V8 engine in it. Did you ever make the transition to Pez dispensers?
The Pez dispenser nutcracker pipeline.
No, Pez's are a gateway to nutcrackers.
Bret, what is the cheesiest home decor?
My friend has a poster that, written on it, is the phrase, underestimate me. That'll be fun.
Is it one of those with
Like
like a picture of a
motivation.
mountain and it's like written at the
Pretty
bottom?
much.
It could be worse. It could be a tattoo. Okay.
A tramp stamp, underestimate me. That'll be fun.
You gotta invent haters sometimes to
Oh,
motivate.
inventing haters for motivation.
Sounds like we're his haters. He's gonna be watching this going, oh, what the heck? Then he looks at his sign, but he feels better.
Yeah, he's gonna have...
All right, Brett, what is the cheesiest tradition that you have?
We would always go see A Christmas Carol.
Oh,
Ebenezer Scrooge. But the reason I brought up that is so one year my dad was like, we're shaking it up. He had been seeing ads for none other than Shen Yun. Yes. Yeah. Because they were everywhere. We didn't know. I can't stress that enough. We were like, it's like a dance show.
Yeah.
And we went, and I have a big family. And truly, Shen Yun is not a good show.
Really?
However,
Yeah?
my family, we've decided we're giving every number applause breaks. There's 14 of us, because it's like all my siblings and their spouses and maybe a few of their kids, because we're big enough to create the applause break. It's enough of us to where the whole theater is like, oh shit, okay, I guess. And then, but we wouldn't stop clapping.
Those dancers probably were like, guys, this is the show of our lives.
I know. And after they're like, who has video? Who has video of that? We were getting 3-minute applause. I swear to God, we gave an
They
applause
loved
break.
us. We gotta come back to Kansas.
There was a
They all moved to Kansas and raised their families there.
great. Bring them on in.
Wait, I'm so sad to find out that it's not a very good show. Isn't it
Here's what it
incredible
is.
to like do incredible things?
No, here's what the problem is, if I may.
Please.
The violin with the one string. You tired of hearing that the whole time?
It's a harsh instrument. It is a harsh instrument. All the dancing's on the ground. I wanted aerial dance. I thought it was gonna...
I thought there was more tricks and things.
Exactly. And so I leave Shenyang. I'm at my friends in San Francisco, asked me what I did recently, and I brought up Shenyang. And then I decided in my head it was funny to tell him. He was like, how was it? And I go, honestly, dude, it's the best show I've ever seen in my entire life. It's the greatest show. I'm telling you, dude. And he's like, really? Really? Because I've been seeing all the ads. And I go, I'm telling you, Shenyang, it's mind-blowing. And he's like, oh, okay, cool, really? So, cut to a few months later. I'm visiting San Francisco again. My friend comes to the airport, and he goes, hey, Brett, I have a surprise for you. And I go, what? And then he flashes 2 tickets to Shenyang. He goes, buddy. And then I had to be like, yes! Dude, yes. Oh my God, I'm so... And inside I'm like, son of a
You
gun.
made that bed, you gotta lie in it now.
And so here's even the funnier part about it, is it was sold out. And so there wasn't 2 tickets available next to each other. But my friend Adam was like, the show is so good, it's okay that we can't sit together. So I'll buy these 2 tickets at opposite ends of the theater.
My God.
I'm not even next to my friend able to like see him kind of be like, isn't that good? Like, it's fine. Like, they're really good dancers. I'm not disparaging their talent. It's
Yeah.
just not that compelling.
The dancing's a little dated, like 2,000 years.
It's like, yes, if I hadn't seen The Dark Knight, I would think this is a great show.
You know how your grandma's records are a little boring? Well, multiply the years by 50.
Wait, I need to know what happened at the end of the show.
What did he say?
you guys ever
Did
like
he pretend like he liked it?
No, he was like, dude, you were with you, are you? And I was like,
Brett, what's the cheesiest thing that's ever made you cry?
oh, Pixar movies.
Ooh.
In Toy Story 3, when they almost get burnt up in the trash incinerator.
God.
Have you seen the internet video someone made? They edited it, so it's them, the toys, they're holding hands, going into this ring of fire. They're about to, cuts to black. Someone edited it, so then the credits come up. And like they filmed like their mom watching it with them, and their mom was like, no, no, what was that? No.
That's the end of the movie.
You got a friend in me.
Yeah, they show the postcard photos of like them.
Woody and Buzz died in the fire. Yes, no survival. There will be no more sequels.
Oh my God. But Pixar movies always get me.
Do you know what Pixar movie always makes me cry?
Go.
Joe, do you know what movie? What Pixar movie always makes me cry? Let's see. You probably don't know because you refuse to watch this movie with me, even though I ask for it 5 times a year.
She keeps wanting me to watch Finding Nemo. I've never seen it.
It's the best movie ever, and it makes me. It's
incredible.
so good, and it's so funny.
Yeah, it's not a kids movie. It's just an incredible movie.
I'm gonna have kids someday. I'm gonna have to watch this on repeat.
It's not though.
It's
That's
not
the so good.
We had a fun show, and you're saying
He's ruining it.
He's ruining.
This is my life. This is our biggest fight. Every year on my birthday, I ask him if we can watch Finding Nemo, and he refuses.
Every time we want to watch a movie.
Well,
it's been going for
sorry.
years.
Sorry to you, I'm adding fuel, but I'm.
Thank
think
you.
I do agree.
Thank you.
Now I'm not watching it out of spite.
Taste some Greek feta pepper spread. Open up your mouth and then shove it in your head. Try it and you'll see. 'Cause I'm never gonna find a dip this delicious. Yes, it's tasty. I love TIROKAFTERI.
Brett, what do you rate this cheese?
I give it a 5. 5 rats out of 5. That's a 5 rat cheese.
Before you leave, there's one last thing we have to do.
Oh my God.
This is the time on the show where Joe and I determine how cheesy you are
Okay.
based on your answers to our questions here today in a segment we like to call The Final Curd.
All right, so he's got the nutcrackers. That is so
Like
cheesy.
one of the cheesiest answers we've ever had on
good,
this
good.
show.
What about the Chinese dancing?
Yeah.
He likes Pixar movies, super cheesy.
But who doesn't cry at a Pixar movie? You'd have to be heartless not to.
Or even worse, to not even want to watch them.
Exactly.
Since a lot of your cheesy things have to do with you being like young, growing up, I'm gonna say you're like more of a child's cheese. I'm gonna say you're a big, long piece of string cheese.
Okay.
And commonly gets snacked on at a soccer game.
Wow. Well, that's been the cheese show. Thank you. I've never shaken it. All right, stay cheesy.
Alrighty.
Attention cheese lovers, you can get this cheese delivered straight to your door. Murray's Cheese is offering our fans 15% off. Just click the link in our description and enter promo code CHEESESHOW at checkout.